Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to share with you 5 foods that you should most definitely be eating every single day for your health, your longevity, and your overall well-being. So number 1, greens. Greens are some of the most nutritious foods that you can eat, and so you should definitely be eating them as often as possible. They are full of nutrients like vitamin K, vitamin A, also calcium. I know a lot of people wonder, how are they going to get your calcium when you're not drinking milk anymore or eating dairy products? Greens. Also, greens are a great source of fiber, specifically of insoluble fiber. That's the type of fiber that when you eat it, it sort of acts like as a broom in your intestines and helps to eliminate all of the stuff that's blocked up and, basically helps it all come out. So when I'm talking about greens, I mean a wide variety of things, everything from dark leafy greens like spinach and kale to cruciferous things, broccoli. Okay. This is actually broccolini, a little fancier. Also, lettuces, like romaine lettuces, red lettuce, just not iceberg lettuce. That does not have that many nutrients, so skip that, go for the romaine. And I know romaine's having a hard time right now, so make sure you buy your greens and such at the farmer's market. And also herbs. Herbs like dill, cilantro, mint, basil, parsley. They have different phytonutrients and antioxidants and different range of vitamins and minerals. Make sure that every day you switch these things up so you're getting a nice diverse range of the good stuff. So, how do I get greens in my diet every day? It's super easy to get greens in your diet. They're super versatile, and these are one of the foods that you can be eating at every single meal of the day. Yes, even breakfast. It's as simple as making a breakfast smoothie, a green smoothie. Just add a couple handfuls of spinach or kale or collard greens to your smoothie, call it a breakfast, and then have your greens also, like say in a big salad for lunch or a Buddha bowl. Even for dinner, you can have them in a stir fry, a stew. You can have them roasted. You can do anything with greens. Just make sure you're getting them at least twice a day. Number 2, fresh fruit. Oh, so good. So why do I recommend eating fresh fruit every single day? Well, because it's so full of nutrients, of course, phytonutrients like antioxidants that help to keep disease and illness at bay in your body. Also, vitamin C. Obviously, we all know vitamin C because it's so important for immune health, also skin health, and just overall help you feel good. Eating fruit is a wonderful snack and it's a great substitute for processed sweets. It's got healthy sugar that acts as fuel when you eat it. If you eat fruit every day, especially if you eat fruit to crowd out the more processed foods, then you'll even get to the point where you will crave fruit instead of processed sugar. So what type of fruit should you be eating? Actually, eat whatever's in season where you live. Right now, here in Los Angeles, it's fall, so I'm eating apples and pears and persimmons and also pomegranates. You'll know it's in season because at the grocery store, it'll be the stuff that's in the most abundance and also the least expensive. Same thing, if it's at the farmer's market, it's in season. I also love to have frozen fruit on hand, specifically frozen berries, because frozen berries are frozen at their peak of freshness. They're so full of antioxidants and other phytonutrients. So how do I get it into my diet every day? Fruit is actually super easy to eat because you can have it as a snack any time of day. First thing in the morning, the first thing I eat is a piece of fruit. Right now, it's usually a delicious, juicy Asian pear, or in the summertime, it's usually watermelon or peach or whatever's in season. I just love to start my day with some fresh fruit because it just fills my body with so much yummy energy and that sugar, and it's like a boost. You can also start your day with this smoothie, like a green smoothie with plenty of fresh seasonal fruit. When I leave the house, I rinse off an apple or a pear, wrap it in some paper towel, and stick it in one of those reusable Ziploc bags. So do something like that if it makes it easier for you to actually eat your fruit throughout the day as a snack, instead of turning to some junky candy or cookies or whatever other junk food. Number 3, whole grains. So why should you be eating whole grains every day? Because they're full of fiber, which is super necessary. Americans don't get enough fiber. We worry so much about protein, but we really should be worrying about fiber. Whole grains make it super easy for you to get plenty of that. They're also high in B vitamins, iron, and even protein. So I'm specifically talking about whole grains here, not processed grains. Processed grains are what most of us are eating on a daily basis. Pasta, bread, crackers, cookies, things like that. That processing has removed all the good stuff, that fiber and those vitamins. So common whole grains that everybody knows. Brown rice, not white rice. Corn, oats, quinoa, and there are some other whole grains that I love that, maybe aren't as familiar to most of us. Freekeh, farro, teff. This is actually the smallest grain in the whole wide world. So how do you get whole grains into your diet every day? It's really easy. For me, mostly I'm eating whole grains for breakfast in the form of a porridge, like oatmeal, or you can make porridge out of anything, like quinoa porridge or freekeh porridge. I will share links to all those down below, even teff porridge. And throughout the day, for say lunch and dinner, you can add whole grains to your salads, to your Buddha bowls, to your veggie burgers. And traditional foods around the world tend to have some sort of whole grain already in there. Think about a rice pilaf. So you can make a rice pilaf with vegetables and nuts and seeds and all sorts of things. And you can switch out the rice for another whole grain so you can keep it diverse rather than having the same thing every day. Number 4, legumes. So why should you be eating legumes every day? Well, first of all, they're my favorite food group. I can easily eat beans all the time at every meal. They're so delicious and so versatile. But they're also extremely healthy. Beans are, of course, great sources of fiber. They're also really good sources of iron and B vitamins, and let's see what's on the back of this can. Even calcium. Fiber, protein. Beans are also great sources of magnesium and phytonutrients that act as antioxidants in your body. Antioxidants help your body fight disease, even things like cancer. So make sure you get a lot of it every day. Okay, so I've been saying beans the whole time, but all legumes are not beans. Beans, of course, are things like pinto beans, kidney beans, white beans, black beans. And those are important to have every day. But we also got to keep in mind to eat our lentils, green lentils, beluga lentils, red lentils. I'm sure there's white lentils. There's so many. Also peas, like green peas that you buy like in the frozen section, or even split peas, yellow peas, chickpeas, black-eyed peas. There's so many different ones. And of course, there are also soybeans. So there are so many ways to eat soybeans: tofu, tempeh, edamame. So how do you make sure that you're getting legumes in your diet every day? It's super easy. You can make things like hummus. You can make bean burgers or add them to veggie burgers. You can add them to your salads. Of course, you can make soups and stews and chilies and dals and curries, and you can also add them to your rice dishes. So many people say that they cannot eat beans because they can't process them. You can eat beans. We should all be eating beans. If you're having any problems digesting beans, my first suggestion is that you probably need to stick with eating them. Maybe you should start eating a little bit less and then build your way up so that your body can have a chance to actually learn how to digest them. Of course, you can also take a probiotic or a digestive enzyme if that helps, but if you have issues with digesting beans, that's often a sign that you're not eating enough beans and that your body is just not used to digesting all that delicious fiber. Also, when you're cooking beans, make sure you soak them overnight or at least 6 hours before cooking. And if you add some seaweed to your cooking beans, that also helps make them even more digestible. Number 5, nuts and seeds. Why do you eat nuts and seeds every day? Of course, because they're healthy, but also more specifically, they're a great source of healthy fats like vitamin E, keep your skin looking good, your organs and your cells working good. Studies show that by eating nuts and seeds every day, you also have a better chance at maintaining a healthy body weight. Now, I know nuts and seeds are high in calories, but it doesn't matter. No need to worry about calories when you're eating this stuff. And just like fruit, nuts and seeds are a wonderful alternative to junk food when you're snacking. Of course, I'm not talking about nuts that are roasted with all sorts of sugar and chocolate and salt on top of them, but raw nuts and gently roasted oil-free nuts are perfect snacks and so delicious and crunchy and just everything you want in a good snack. So nuts that we tend to eat every day in our home and in the United States that we have access to: almonds, walnuts, pecans, cashews. I don't eat cashews, I'm allergic, but my husband eats cashews. And then as far as seeds go, there's so many different ones. Flax seeds, very important. I make sure I eat those every day, ground up, add them to my oatmeal. chia seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds. You can sprinkle sesame seeds on top of your meal, but I also especially love sesame seeds in the form of creamy, luxurious tahini. I also really love making almond butter. So how do you get nuts and seeds into your diet? Like I just mentioned, nut butter. You can put it on toast, you can put it in your oats, you can add it to your smoothies, you can eat it with a spoon, you can put it on fresh fruit or celery, or you can cook with it. So many different ways. And also so many different types of nut butters to be enjoyed. Also, you can just eat nuts whole. Like I said, they make a perfect snack. You can also sprinkle them onto your salads, onto your pilafs. They add so much nice crunch and flavor and texture. And also, you can cook them into things. Like I love adding nuts and seeds to my veggie burgers. Nuts are a great ingredient for vegan cheese, vegan spreads, pesto, muhammara, and all other sorts of nice dips and spreads. Oatmeal, porridge, sprinkle them on top. So good. And like I said also, they're a super great source of healthy fat, so you don't have to worry about the fattiness or the calories when you're having nuts, because they're a whole food rather than oil, which is not a whole food. So those are the 5 foods that you should definitely be eating every day. And be creative with it. Sure, you might think you don't like greens, or you might think you don't like nuts and seeds, but try them in a new, unique way, and also try different types. You really might not like broccoli, and that is so okay. Maybe you love spinach. So keep that in mind, be open-minded, try new things, try new recipes, and give yourself a chance to really enjoy the foods that you might not have even had before. So let me know in the comment section below, what is your favorite way to get each one of these? For me, okay, I'm gonna go through it real quick. For the greens, I like to have a big salad. For the whole grains, I like to have oatmeal in the morning. For the legumes, I like to have, chili. Fresh fruit, just as a snack throughout the day. I mean, why not? Nuts and seeds, almond, butter, and tahini, especially when it's mixed together. So tell me what you guys like to do with all these as well. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.